All right, welcome back. Starting Bank Field here in Southwest Fargo, getting ready for game number 2 of this doubleheader between the Grand Forks Blue Devils and
For Grand Forks, leading off, number
Fargo
4,
Stars. Post
the center fielder Parker Monet.
Parker Monet will lead things off here for Grand Forks. He was 2 for 3 in the last game. And that first pitch comes across at 7:53 p.m.
First pitch at 7:53 tonight.
Strike 1 to Monet. We'll go around the bases here at the next opportunity for post 400. So that one floats to the outside. Jackson Schurseth is your starting pitcher.
Game time temperature, very comfortable 72 degrees.
Truman Wiermeyer is behind the plate catching. Andy Mock is at first. Ben Calise is at second. Jake Bryant's a shortstop. Kobe Sen is at third. And the 1-1 from Schurseth. Wind up in the delivery is outside for a ball, 2-1. In the outfield, Ben Osley in left. Jackson Bellerud in right. And Colton Almy in straightaway center field. And the 2-1 is going to be a two-hopper right into the glove of Jake Bryant at short. He'll fire it over to Andy Mock for the 6-3 ground out. And that's one away and brings up the next batter, Jackson Hoganson.
Batting second, number 12, left fielder Jackson Hoganson.
Hoganson with a fly out to left and a fly out to foul territory on a couple of his at-bats in game number 1 of the 2-game series here. Game number 1's available for an on-demand replay as of right now on our website at msportsnet.com. Under the broadcast button, click on On Demand. You'll find it right at the top of the page there. That pitch comes across to Hoganson for a strike, 0-1. Ryan Muzilar is on deck for the Grand Forks Blue Devils. First game of the doubleheader was won by the Stars by the final score of 6-5 as they held off a rally from Grand Forks in the top half of the seventh, on the unassisted direct ground out to Andy Mock at first. That's
third,
2
number
away.
6, pitcher Ryan Muzilar.
Muzilar will step up to the plate. At one point in game 1, it was, let me look at the lineup for game 1. I can't recall who was the starting pitcher. Andy Mock had retired 9 batters in a row for 9 Grand Forks batters in a row for the post 400 Stars before Grand Forks would load the bases, and then they'd eventually leave all 3 runners stranded on base as the Stars would get out of that bases loaded jam. And a 1-1 count now here to Muzilar. Muzilar had a single to left, a fly out to left, and a fly out to the third baseman in the first game. Not want to catch the corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and no runners on here in a scoreless game in the top half of the first. Pitch number 10 from Jackson Schurseth is coming up right here as he sets, gets the signal from Wiermeyer. Patiently winds up and delivers the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes, and that ends the inning. Half an inning complete.
Grand Forks, 1, 2, 3. They go down to the top of the first
You got
inning.
zeros across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Back after this here with the bottom half of the first. Stars up to bat when we come back. Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menus, open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand-new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo, proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews.
All right, well, it took 3 minutes to retire 3 batters for Grand Forks as they go down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. We'll see Jake Bryant, Ben Osley, and Kobe Sen, your first three batters here in the bottom half of the first for the Post 400 Stars. On the mound is Ryan Muzalar for the Grand Forks Blue Devils. Behind the plate is Brady Lewandowski. And then around the bases, you got Joey Grabanski at first, Dylan Kuntz at second, Zach Carolyn at third, at shortstop. And Brody Sorensen is at third. In the outfield, Jackson Hoganson in left, Ross Meyer right.
Leading off, number 4, shortstop, Jake Bryant.
And straightaway centers, Parker Monet. Once again, Jake Bryant will lead off the bottom half of the first. 3 minutes to play the top half of the first, a 2-minute break between innings, and now Jake Bryant steps up to the plate here 5 minutes into the game to represent batter number 1 of game 2 for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. Fargo Post 400 Astros fall 8-5 to the West Fargo Vets in game 1 over at Young Field in West Fargo. We'll bring you updates from game 2 throughout the duration of game 2 here, and that one's going to left field. That should drop as a hit, and it will. Good for a single for Jake Bryant, and that brings up Ben Osley.
Batting second, number 13, left fielder Ben Osley.
And that one will get loose, and the throw out to second. It's going to be close. They got him. Jake Bryant got caught stealing. And I believe it's 1 ball, no strike. And it is 1 ball, no strike, and now it's 2 balls, no strikes. Ben Osley, the batter. Once again, Kobe Sen is on deck. And that one is going to be hit into right field and going into foul territory, and he made a diving catch. And I'm wondering if he didn't make the catch, but he made a dive to attempt it, and wondering if he's regretting that now. When he gets home, he'll have to throw that into the wash machine with some Tide, possibly. And took a walk around the field between games to see what the outfield was like. As you got the turf field on the infield and the natural grass on the outfield, and I can tell you out there in right field, it doesn't look like it's wet, but trust me, it is out there. Now be fouled away, so 2 balls followed by 2 fouled away pitches makes the count 2-2 for Ben Osley with 1 away, no runners on, and Kobe Sen on deck. Kobe Sen hit the home run, solo shot in the bottom of the 4th, I believe it was, in game number 1 of the doubleheader, and he is on deck. But first, the 2-2 is low to the outside and a full count. That'll be a grounder and a nice little diving stop by Muzalar. Will pick it up, fire it to Grabowski. Will turn into the books as a 1-3 ground out.
Batting third, number 10, third baseman Kobe Sen.
As I mentioned, Kobe Sen with that solo shot on the left field fence on game number 1, bottom of the 4th, to give the Stars what was a 4-3 lead at the time. Breaking the 3-3 tie as the pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1. And that one comes in for strike 2. Once again, Ryan Muzalar is your starting pitcher. Behind the plate is Lewandowski, Brady Lewandowski catching. And that one will drop in for a ball. Around the bases, you got Joe Grabanski at first, Dylan Kuntz at second, Zach Carolyn at short, Brady Sorensen at third. The outfield here after the 1-2 pitch from Muzalar. Wind up in the delivery is outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ross Meyer in the outfield in right, Jackson Hoganson in the outfield in left, Parker Monet in the outfield in straightaway center. And the 2-2 from Muzalar is down for a full count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. No runners on. And that'll be thrown up to first to complete the strikeout on a drop third strike, and that will retire the Stars. And we got 0 runs and 0 hits, or check that, 1 hit.
Stars, no runs, 1 hit, no errors.
No errors and nobody left on base.
After 1 here in game 2, no score.
10 minutes to complete the first inning of play. See if the second inning goes a little bit quicker when we come back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menu. It's open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews.
All right, 1 inning played complete, no runs, just a hit from Fargo Post 400. That's it so far. As we take a peek over at Young Field in game number 2, the Astros and the West Fargo
Grand
Bats.
Forks batting fourth. Number 15, first baseman number 19, first baseman Joe Grabansky.
The Astros lead 1-0. Runners on first and third with 1 out, and Tanner Kirkaby is batting for the Astros. Keep you updated on that game. They have runners on first and third. Hayden Crescent on third. Chayton Sen, on first. Over at the Young Field in West Fargo. 1 ball, no strikes now. The batter's Joby Grabansky here at Starry Bank Field between the Post 400 Stars and the Grand Forks Blue Devils. Jackson Schurseth, your starting pitcher on the mound once again. That pitch right there comes across for a ball, and it's 2-0, and it's 5 balls, 7 strikes on 12 pitches, 12 minutes into the ball game. Set up, get the signal, and deliver the 2-0, and that's low for ball 3. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance and Batter Buzz, along with Giant Seeds. Game time. Sean Carlson, Town and Country Credit Union, Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. And the 3-0 pitch, and that will be in for a strike, 3-1 to Grabansky. On deck is Brody Sorensen, and we'll also see Dylan Kuntz this inning as well. Sure, Seth, about to fire off pitch number 15 here on the 3-1 count. And that'll be ball 4. So he walks him on 5 pitches, bringing up Brody Sorensen.
Batting fifth, number 16, third baseman Brody Sorensen.
Brody Sorensen had a couple of hits, one down the third base line, one into deep left, and then he flied out to right center field in the first game on his 3 at-bats. See how he does here in game number 2 as he swings and misses for a 1-1 count. Once again, runner on first is Grabansky. Sure, Seth with the 1-1, and that will float what appeared to be over the plate to the outside, but apparently he missed that, and it'll be ball 2 as a result. Now will be fouled away off the tip of the bat into the netting here to the right side of the batter's box. Good for strike 2, a ball, strike, a ball, and a fouled away pitch to make the 2-2 count possible. And pitch number 20 from Jackson Schurseth as it takes a quick glance over at Grabowski on first. Winds up and delivers the 2-2, and that one's going to be popped up going to right field and foul territory and out of play. As I believe it hit the roof of the Stars dugout there. Fouled away, will remain 2-2. Once again, runner on is Joey Grabowski on first base. And that'll come across for a strikeout. Got him looking, brings up Dylan Kuntz.
Second strikeout for Schurseth, batting sixth for Grand Forks. Second baseman number 15, Dylan Kuntz.
2 hits out into center field and a ground out to the shortstop in his 3 at-bats in the game number 1 of the doubleheader. Over in West Fargo, 1.5 complete. Fargo Post 400 Astros lead West Fargo Vets 1-0 in the middle of the second there. That pitch will float outside for a ball. We'll keep you updated on that game at Young Field in West Fargo here throughout the duration of our broadcast. 1-0 to Dylan Kuntz, the batter for the Blue Devils. Wind up in the 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss, and that evens things up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner on for Grand Forks. Foul in game 1, 6-5. They did score a couple of runs in the top half of the 7th, but they needed 3 and they only got 2, and that would seal the deal for Post 400 in game number 1. That'll be a grounder that will they get it over in time? They might. No, they did not. Little bobble there by Calise at second. Bryant tried to get there and save the day, but the throw was just a little bit short, and that puts Kuntz on. I think they'll credit that as a hit. And they will. So that puts runners on first and second now. As that pitch from Schurseth comes outside for the ball to Zach Carolyn. Carolyn had a hit out in center field, then he flied out to right center, flied out to the shortstop, and grounded out to the shortstop in game number 1. And he'll be hit right below the shoulders there, and he'll advance to first to load the bases for Brady Lewandowski.
Batting 8th, number 21, the catcher Brady Lewandowski.
So Grabowski checked out. Let's try that again. Grabowski is the runner on third. Kuntz the runner on second. Carolyn the runner on first. And once again, the batter is Brady Lewandowski. No score here and only 1 out. It's a big at bat for Jackson Schurseth on the mound for the Post 400 Stars. And that one will be fouled back into the netting for strike 1. Bottom half of the second at Young Field, still 1-0 Astros, but there's 2 outs for West Fargo. So far, so good for the Astros over at Young Field. No balls and 2 strikes now to Brady Lewandowski. Once again, the bases are loaded here for the Blue Devils. No score with 1 away and a 1-1 count to Lewandowski here in the top half of the second. Schurseth on the mound, scans the bases, wind up, delivers the 1-1. Did it catch the corner? It did not. 2-1. It was a close one, though. Could have gone either way. Strike zone just a little bit smaller on that pitch than it was on a couple of other pitches. That one would be, and I'll drop foul. You'll have to come back, and a couple of Grand Forks fans out in the stands there. I was hoping that one would stay fair. Probably would have gave them a 2-0 lead had that stayed fair, but instead it's 2-2 count on the fouled away pitch. And Lewandowski is facing a strikeout here. We'll see if he can keep himself alive, or if Sure Seth will give him a freebie with a ball 3 pitch. Sets up, winds up, delivers a 2-2. He'll reach for it, and that'll go right into the glove of Ben Calise. He'll fire it to second, fire it back over to first, excuse me, and they got the double play. That was a 4-6-3 double play.
4-6-3 double play. Gets the Stars out of trouble in the second inning. For Grand Forks, no runs, no hits. 1 error, 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the second, no score.
We'll be back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menu. It's open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo, proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews.
All right, so they took the hit off the board and gave Fargo post 400 an error on Ben Calise on that play on the what would have been the first out of the inning, or with one away at that point in time in the inning. So Grand Forks ends up leaving 2 on base as a result. And we'll see Andy Mock, Truman Wermeyer, and Ben Calise. His batters 4, 5, and 6. Here in the bottom half of the second for post 400.
For the Stars, in the bottom of the second inning, batting fourth, number 18, first baseman Andy Mock.
Now we'll come in for a strike there for Andy Mock, the batter. Wind up in the 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss for strike number 2. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes now to Andy Mock. Wermeyer is on deck. We'll see Calise descending as well. We're 23 minutes into the ball game here in the bottom half of the second with nobody out. This is pitch number 18, according to my numbers here, for Muzalar, who's on the mound for the Grand Forks Blue Devils. That pitch will miss for a ball, and it's 1-2. Broadcast coverage brought to you by Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Trivia on Mondays and Thursdays starting at 7 o'clock. Chance to win prizes, cash prizes if you join the league on a couple of league tournaments a year. Matter of fact, I was informed recently that Three Lions Pub will be hosting the upcoming league tournament. If you're a league member of the trivia team, if you're not, just ask the trivia host at either Monday or Thursday how you can join the league, and they will give you all the information that you need to know. Also installed a new game room as of yesterday. Got a pool table in there along with their dartboards, and coming soon in the near future, they'll announce a day of the week where they'll have free pool every week at Three Lions Pub. That'll be grounded right into the hand or glove of Carolyn at short for a 6-3 ground out over to Goronski.
Batting fifth, number 8, catcher Truman Wermeyer.
So one away, Truman Wurmeyer steps up to the plate to face pitch number 20 from Muzalar. 7 balls, 12 strikes on 19 pitches, and here comes pitch number 20. Swing and a miss for a strike, and that's 13 strikes on 20 pitches. Once again, around the bases here for Grand Forks. Grabowski at first, Kuntz second, Carolyn short, Sorensen third, Lewandowski behind the plate catching, and Muzalar on the mound. In the outfield, you got Hoganson in left, Meyer in right, and Monet in center field. One, and the 1-1 pitch is in for strike 2. It was a nice pitch there by Muzalar. Credit where credit's due. That's 1-2. Now even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd inning, West Fargo at the bat over at Young Field in West Fargo, and they are still trailing the Astros 1-0 as the strikeout comes to Wurmeyer, and that brings up Ben Calise.
Second strikeout for Musalar, batting 6. Number 3, second baseman Ben Calise.
No runners on and 1 out over at West Fargo. In the bottom of the 3rd over there in that game. Keep you posted on that one as more updates become available to us. Once again, game 1 of the doubleheader here went to the Stars. You can watch that game on demand on our website, as that one pops off the turf like a piece of popcorn into the back stop. Makes it count 2 balls and no strikes to Ben Calise. Cooper Mattern is on deck, but there is 2 away. Muzalar winds up and delivers the 2-0, and that is going to be low below the knees for 3 balls and no strikes. So Calise will likely take this pitch regardless of what it is, and if it happens to be a strike, he'll take the 3-1 count. Let's see what he does here. No, it'll be a 4-pitch walk, so that's why they always say to take that 3-0 pitch. Never take a swing at it.
Batting 7th, number 5, designated hitter Cooper Mattern.
Cooper Mattern will step up to the plate. If he sends the pitch into center right field, he might end up on base. If he sends it to left, he'll probably fly out or ground out if he sends it in that direction on a grounder towards 3rd. That's been his pattern according to his spray chart here this season on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Runner on first once again is Ben Calise as the pitch comes outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Pitch number 30 from Muzalar coming up right here. If he throws a ball, it'll be an even 15-15 on the ball strike split. Glances over quickly at Calise, sets up, delivers the 1-0, and that is in for a strike. And he has a 16-strike, 14-ball count on 30 pitches. And the 1-1 delivery is going to be low for a ball. 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd, runner on first, and a 1-0 lead for the Astros with West Fargo batting. And there is, take a look here, 2 outs. Here it's 2 balls and a strike to Cooper Mattern. That one will come across for strike 2, and it's 2-2. If Mattern can get on base, we'll see Colton Almy next. Muzalar delivers the 2-2. Runner goes, and that'll be into the glove of the shortstop, Carolyn. He'll fire it over for the first, and he's going to be on. It'll be infield hit, I believe. They're going to charge an error. Okay.
Batting eighth, center fielder number 16, Colton Almy.
So error charges the shortstop. Moves Ben Calise up to second. And brings up Colton Almy now with 2 away and 2 runners on. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Muzilar to get the 0-1 count on Almy. Bellerud is on deck. Colton Almy representing batter number 8 in the lineup here for the Fargo Post 400 Stars, as Muzilar will get set for pitch 35 here in the bottom of the second. Quick glance at Calise at second, delivers the 0-1, and did it hit the corner? It did not. It missed it. 1-1. That one will escape. Pass ball into the netting here, and Calise will get the third. Mattern up to second. Calise almost rounded third, then put on the brakes. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike to Colton Almy with 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit here would be huge for the Stars. And swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 2-2 now. Got 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. And now it's a full count to Colton Almy. Bellerud is on deck if Almy walks here or gets a base hit. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. That strands the 2 runners in scoring position. And that'll bring us to the end of 2.
Bottom of the second for the Stars. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. After 2 complete here in game 2, no score.
Batters 9, 1, and 2 for Grand Forks. Meyer, Monet, and Hoganson when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menu. It's open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports. All right, 2 down and 5 to go, at least we think. Had some odd scenarios here at Starry Bank Field this year. Think of games in hand, and all of a sudden you're in the 12th inning. Hopefully that won't happen today, but if it does, that would probably mean that's an exciting outcome. But right now, nothing too ecstatic happening. It's just a hit, a couple of errors, and total of 4 left on base, 2 for each team. As we'll see Ross Meyer leading things off here in the top of the third, and then we'll return to the top of the order with Parker Monet and Jackson Hoganson on the mounds. Jackson Schurseth once again. Weremeyer's catching. Mock at first, Calise second, Bryant short, Kobe Sen at third, Osley in left field, Bellerud in right field, and Almy in center field.
Now pitching for Post 400, number 1, Jackson Bellerud.
Okay, so Schurseth's day will come to an end with 30 pitches, 18 strikes, and 12 balls. Jackson Bellerud will come onto the mound. And that means we'll have a new right fielder as well.
And playing in right field for the Stars, number 6, Jackson Schurseth.
So just a flip-flop between Schurseth and Bellerud in right field and pitcher. And Ross Meyer will be the first batter that Bellerud has to face.
For Grand Forks batting 9th. Number 9, right fielder Ross Meyer.
"34 minutes to play the first 2 innings of play here in game number 2. Took 10 minutes to play the first inning and 14 minutes to play the second inning. And now we're 1 minute here into the third inning and only 1 pitch in, and it's fouled away for a strike, 0-1. Ross Meyer in the last game, 2 hits and a fly out to left. 1 hit to left, 1 hit to shallow center. And the 0-1 delivery from Bellerud is outside for 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last game ended in 1 hour and 58 minutes. Something tells me this one might go a little bit longer if it continues at its current pace. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the windup in that 1-2 delivery, and that will miss outside to even things up at 2-2. So Bellerud with the 2-2 delivery. That one will miss outside, and it's a full count. Broadcast coverage brought to you by Sean Carlson at Town Country Credit Union. Make home happen this summer with Sean and Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union. Contact him. Get all the answers you'd have, all the questions you have answered for your mortgage needs. As that will be a hit out into left center, shallow left center for Ross Meyer, good for a single. And that brings up Parker Monet, top of the order.
Center fielder Parker Monet. Correction in right field for the Stars now is number 5, Cooper Mattern. Mattern right field.
Be patient. Patient for.
So Cooper Mattern, the new right fielder, instead of Jackson Schurseth, like we thought originally. And that pitch will miss for a ball. 1-0 to Parker Monet, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out to short on his last at bat. And the runner goes to second. That's going to be close. I think he got him. They did. Meyer is going to get caught stealing. So that's 1 away here in the top of the third. And Monet facing a 1-1 count now, after his teammate gets tossed out stealing second. That one catches the inside edge for strike number 2. 1-2, and so far so good for Bellerud and the Stars here in the top of the third. See if he can get a strikeout here and put 2 outs on the board. No, came dangerously close to hitting him on the left side of his neck, right above his shoulders there. Pitch high to the inside, result in a 2-2 count. 10 pitches, 5 balls, 5 strikes. Here's pitch 11 outside, full count, 3-2. Jackson Hoganson is on deck, and Ryan Muselar is batter number 3 in the lineup if we get that far here in the top of the third. And that one caught the inside corner. Monet thought it was a ball.
Good eye, Park.
It almost looked like he was trying to lean into that to possibly get hit.
Left fielder Jackson Hoganson.
So he'll strike out window shopping, and that brings up Hoganson, who grounded out on an unassisted ground out to first his last time at the plate.
Same place, Blue.
1 ball, no strike now to Hoganson. Once again, Muselar is on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. Once again, the batter is Hoganson. He's 0 for 1. Direct ground out unassisted to first on his last at bat. And this one is going to be a ground out to second on a 4-3. So nobody stranded. That brings us to the middle of the
Grand
third.
Forks in the top of the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. After 2.5 in game 2, no score.
Both teams are even. No runs. They both have a hit. They both committed an error. They've both left 2 on base. We'll see what changes as we head to the bottom of the third with Bellerud, Bryant, and Osley. Batters 9, 1, and 2 after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Download Game Time today.
Bellerud.
Jackson Bellerud will lead things off here in the bottom of the third for Fargo Post 400 as we're still scoreless, 41 minutes into the ball game. And pitch number 40 coming up from Muzalar right here on the first pitch of the bottom of the third. He'll wind up and deliver pitch 40, and it's up high for a ball, 1-0. So on 40 pitches, 21 strikes and 19 balls thrown by Ryan Muzalar. And the 1-0 delivery is outside and dropped and low for ball 2.
Not much, but a little bit.
Astros still lead West Fargo, bottom of the fourth, 1-0. West Fargo has 2 runners on base with 1 away over at Young Field. And the 3-0 is in for a strike, 3-1. And that'll be a walk as Bellerud advances to first, and that brings up Bryant, who is singled on his first at bat in this game. Now he makes second trip to the plate.
Shortstop, Jake Bryant.
Pickoff attempt there on Bellerud at first. He's back in time. And that one will get away from Lewandowski, and Bellerud will stay at first. He did not take advantage of that opportunity. It may or may not have been a good thing. 1-0. Or is it 2-0? No, it's 1-0 according to the scoreboard. And now it's 2-0. That one's going to left field. And the catch will be made there by Hoganson. So Bryant flies out to left, brings up Ben Osley.
Left fielder, Ben Osley.
Runner stays on first. That runner once again is Jackson Bellerud. Kobe Sen is the on-deck person with 1 away. Assuming no double plays happen, we should see them both. in this inning, as that pitch will scoot in low for ball one. Osley 0 for 1. He grounded out on a 1-3 on a nice diving stop by Muzilar as he dived to his left, got up off the ground, finished the 1-3 ground out. And that one's going to be hit high to left center field, and that is going all the way back, and it is gone. It is a 2-run home run for Ben Osley, and that makes the score 2-0 as the Stars strike first. Another left field home run here for post 400. And that clears the bases for the guy who got the home run the first time around, Kobe Sen.
Homer for Ben Osley. That brings up third baseman Kobe Sen.
That home run by Osley was hit at about the same spot that Kobe Sen hit the home run back in game number 1. As the pitch comes in up high for a ball, Kobe Sen struck out swinging last time he was at the plate here in game number 2. Now he faces a 1-0 count, and here comes the 1-0 delivery. And that is in for a strike to even things up at 1-1. According to my numbers, that's 50 pitches now, and an even 25-25 on the split for balls and strikes. And an even 1-1 count on Kobe Sen. Now that's 2-1 as the pitch comes outside. And that one's hit very high to left. And will it stay fair? It is a home run. Kobe Sen with 2 home runs in 2 games. And it is 3-0. He sent that right down the third baseline and just barely kept it fair. And he sent it just to the right of the Bell Bank foul pole in left field.
Second homer of the doubleheader for Sen as the Stars go back-to-back. First baseman Andy Mock.
Well, you get 3 runs on 2 hits on 2 swings of the bat. That's a pretty good start of the game here for the post 400 Stars. We'll see what Andy Mock can do to continue the positive momentum here for post 400. First pitch comes across for a strike. It's 0-1. Andy Mock grounded out. I believe that was a 4-3 that went in the direction of the shortstop position, if I remember correctly. 1-1.
That shows you how committed
I think he may have got a piece of that. Either way, it goes into the books as a strike, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 is going to be popped up, and it will be Muzilar making the grab. So Mock will pop out into foul territory towards the Stars dugout.
The catcher, Truman Wurmeyer.
That brings up Truman Wurmeyer. He'll face pitch number 58 from Muzilar as we hit 48 minutes, time of the ball game. He struck out looking last time he was at the plate. And he takes the first pitch for a strike here as Wurmeyer's the batter. That will just miss for a ball, 1-1. And making the catch on the run there is Hoganson. And that will retire the Stars, but they get 3 runs on 2 back-to-back home runs. And they leave nobody on base. We head now to the top of the 4th when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
For the Stars in the bottom of the 3rd, 3 runs, 2 hits in the back-to-back home runs, no errors, nobody left on after 3 innings of play. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Stars 3, the Blue Devils nothing.
Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menu. It's open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo, proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. 3-0 Fargo Post 400. Muslar the batter. Back-to-back home runs in the bottom half of the third for Post 400. Gave them their 3-run lead. A 2-run homer followed by a solo shot. And now that is a solo single on the left center for Muslar. That brings up Joe Grabansky, who was walked last time.
First baseman Joe Grabansky.
Grabansky will see the first pitch float down outside and low for a ball, 1-0. Top half of the fourth inning here. We're approaching a few minutes shy of the 1 hour mark. This game picking up pace a little bit compared to the first couple of innings, but not a lot. We'll see how this inning goes here. 2-0, the count to Grabansky. Brody Sorensen is on deck. Runner on is Ryan Muslar on first. And that one comes inside, and it apparently just missed for a ball, 3-0. That one is going to be a walk. 4-pitch walk puts runners on first and second. Brings up Brody Sorensen, who struck out last time he was at the plate.
Third baseman Brody Sorensen.
Come on, Brody. Great big gap out there.
First pitch to Sorensen in for ball 1. Belarud's now thrown 23 pitches according to my numbers. And the 1-0 will be pitch 24 as he takes a quick glance at second. Comes inside for ball 2. Runners on, Muslar on second, Grabansky on first for the Grand Forks Blue Devils, who trail 3-0 here in the top half of the fourth. But Sorensen at the plate represents that tying run. Here's the 2-0, and that one is fouled down the third base line, and it's 2-1. Went a little early on that swing. Had he hesitated a little bit, it would have been at least a double into the third base line. Inside for a ball, and it's 3-1. And now load the bases. This is the second time in this game the bases have been loaded for Grand Forks. And Dylan Kuntz, who's 1 for 1 with a single, steps up to the plate
Second
now.
Baseman Dylan Kuntz.
So you got Ryan Muslar, the runner on third, Joe Grabansky, the runner on second, and Brody Sorensen, the runner on first. And the Post 400 Stars, the team on the mound. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Game Time, Banner Buzz, along with Giant Seeds. Farmers Union Insurance, along with Sean Carlson, Town and Country Credit Union. Make home happen this summer with Sean Carlson and the team at Town and Country Credit Union to get all the information you need for mortgage rates on a new home this summer. Also, Three Lions Pub in West Fargo hosting trivia on Mondays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. And also have opened up a brand new game room as of yesterday. They got a pool table. I think it's lived in Fargo for about 9 years. I don't remember them ever having a pool table until yesterday. So looking forward to getting a couple rounds of pool in next time I stop in at Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Base is loaded, and that one's popped right up, and that will be somebody's ball. And the pitcher, Bellerud, along with Colby Sen, collide. I'm not sure if they didn't hear each other communicating or if they weren't communicating at all, but thankfully the collision did not result in a drop ball, and that's one away.
Zach Carolyn.
So runners stay on their bases. Zach Carolyn reached base last time when he was hit right below the shoulders in his back via hit by a pitch. First pitch to Caroline comes across for ball one. And there is one out, and that pitch comes across as a strike. Top half of the fourth here, and Grand Forks threatening to chip away at that 3-0 lead. Over in West Fargo, it's still 1-0 the Astros in the bottom of the fifth. Nobody out and a runner on first for West Fargo. Keep you updated on that game as more updates become available to us. And that one comes inside, and it appeared to be one of those pitches that had the potential of coming right down the middle, but I think it left his hand wrong, kind of floated to the inside. Any more inside, and run would score on his second time that Carolyn would have been hit by a pitch. And he's going to crank that to left field. That will bounce for at least one run single, and that will make it 3-1 on the RBI single for Carolyn.
Come on, Louie, be patient.
So all runners advance 90 feet. Grabowski on third.
Lewandowski.
Sorensen on second. Carolyn on first now, and that brings up the 0-for-1 Brady Lewandowski, who grounded out to second on a 4-3 the last time he was at the plate. So 3-1, Grand Forks is on the board now, and there's one away, and that pitch will miss to the inside for a ball, 1-0. That one comes in up a little high for 2 balls and no strikes. Game's coming up tomorrow here on Magnitude Sports. The Post 400 Comets will host a talented Wahpeton Post 20 team in a doubleheader that starts at 5:30 p.m. Swing and a miss there for a strike, 2-1. And then on Thursday, we'll have the day off. And then Friday, the Stars hit the field again on a double. Oh, no, I think that's actually a one-inning. That's one game that's 9 innings against Jamestown. And then Saturday is the Stars doubleheader. And I'm drawing a blank. I think it might be Bismarck. But you can check our website to be sure on that. But I think it's Bismarck on Saturday in a doubleheader here at Starring Field. We'll have all those games live for you on Magnitude. 3-1. Swung on, foul down the third base line. And that makes it a full count at 3-2. Runners on, Grabansky on third, Sorensen on second, Carolyn on first. The batter, Lewandowski. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch here with 1 away. Bellerud gets the signals. Isn't concerned about the runners on and delivers the payoff pitch. Pops straight up. And they'll be caught there by Jake Bryant, the shortstop.
Right fielder, Ross Meyer.
Stay hot, Ross.
So 2 away now, and Ross Meyer, who singled out just past Jake Bryant in shallow left center his last time at the plate. Jake Bryant playing shortstop for the Stars. That's his single so far in this one, and that pitch will be in for a strike. And the 0-1 is fouled up and out of play for 0-2. As we've hit the 1 hour mark of the game now, first pitch came at 7:53 this evening and it's now 8:54, so an hour and 1 minute, or an hour and a few seconds shy of 1 hour and 1 minute. That pitch will come in high as Meyer doesn't take the swing and holds back and takes the ball and makes it 1-2. Two away, and the 1-2 delivery. And did he go too far? He did. That will strand 3 on base for the Blue Devils for a total of 5 in the game. And that will bring us now to the bottom of the 4th.
For Grand Forks in the top.
Khalees, Mattern, and Almy batter 6, 7, and 8.
2 hits, no errors.
When we return after this.
They lead 3 after 3.5. Stars lead 3-1.
Back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. Ben Khalees will lead things off here in the bottom half of the 4th as we reach the 1 hour, 2 minute mark of the ball game. 3-1 lead thanks to a couple home runs by the Stars, and Grand Forks getting a bases loaded RBI single to put them on the board, and that's where we sit at 3-1, and it's 0-1 now to Ben Khalees, who was walked last time he was at the plate. So he's 0 for 0. That second pitch just barely hits the corner for strike 2. And Muzlar delivers the 0-2 outside. That was barehanded caught there by Lewandowski, the catcher. I think he caught it with his bare hand, came off the tip of his glove, and he had to juggle it with his hand again to nobody on base to take advantage of maybe a mishandled ball there, but nicely done regardless. That one will sneak its way into left field, and that's good for a single for Khalees, who's now 1 for 2. Or, I'm sorry, 1 for 1.
Right fielder.
We'll figure it out.
Mattern.
Cooper Mattern reached base on an error last time he was at the plate, and now there's a visit to the mound here, and looks like we have a pitching change for Grand Forks. So Muzlar's day will come to an end with 63 pitches, 34 strikes, and 29 balls. And stepping into the onto the mound is number 14, and that is Jet Weiss, or Weiss. I'll have to double check that one. I believe it's Weiss, but we'll try and confirm that. If we get it wrong, we apologize in advance here.
For Grand Forks, now pitching number 14, Jeff Weiss.
We're going to go with Jet Weiss until we're told otherwise. So Jet Weiss will come in. No changes to any other positions on the field here for Grand Forks. Grabanski still at first. Kuntz still at second. Carolyn the shortstop. Sorensen at third. Lewandowski still catching. And then in the outfield, you got Rossmeyer in right. Jackson Hoganson in left. And Parker Monet in straightaway center field. Once again, Jet Weiss, the new pitcher, warming up here for Grand Forks. And broadcast coverage brought to you by Sean Carlson, Town and Country Credit Union, along with Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Also want to say thanks to Banner Buzz for providing us with some signage for this summer of baseball. We certainly appreciate that. I've been working with Banner Buzz for about 3 years now. They've always done a quality job on everything that I've asked them to do. Very pleased, and every time they make a mistake, they make it right with no battling. You just tell them what was wrong, and they will make it right and send you a new one. So very, very satisfied with the service that they have provided Magnitude Sports. Also, Farmers Union Insurance and Giant Seeds. And Game Time, been a sponsor since day number 1 back in 2017. Certainly appreciate them sticking along with us here over the course of almost 3 years. Not quite, but almost.
Changes for Grand Forks, now playing at shortstop. There's Ryan Musalar.
Ryan Musalar moves over to shortstop, so I missed that one. To the best of my knowledge, that's the only other change. So runner on, and the batter is Cooper Mattern, and that first pitch escapes, and that will move Khalees up to second. And not the best start for Jet Weiss. Cooper Mattern 0 for 1, reached base on an error last time he was at the plate. So runner in scoring position now on a 1-0 count, make it a 2-0 count. Now it's going deep to left field. And it is another home run. Cooper Mattern getting the 2-run home run that scores Khalees from second.
Two-run homer for Mattern, third homer of the second game for the Stars.
That'll bring up Colton Almy.
Center fielder Colton Almy.
Also makes the score 5-1 now. And all 5 runs scored off home runs. It's the 3rd one in this game and the 4th one in the doubleheader. We've had more home runs tonight for Post 400 than we have, I think, all season combined. I have to double check that one to be sure, so don't quote me on that, but if memory serves me correctly, it's been a really good night here for Post 400. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 misses outside for 2-2.
Pitcher Jackson Bellerud.
That brings up Jackson Bellerud. He was walked last time he was at the plate. Once again, 5-1 lead for Post 400 here in the bottom half of the 4th with 1 away and no runners on. Pitch missed for a ball, 1-0. Ben Osley hitting a 2-run home run in the bottom half of the third. And that was immediately followed up by Kobe Sen's solo shot right on the next at bat. And then here in the bottom half of the fourth, Cooper Mattern with a 2-run home run. And that accounts for the 5 runs here scored by Fargo Post 400, as that will be a walk.
Shortstop, Jake Bryant.
Jake Bryant, a single to left and a fly out to left so far in this contest. Runner on is Bellerud on first. Here's the pitch. And he'll call it strike on the corner, 0-1. 1 hour and 10 minutes time of the game now. Jet Weiss on the mound is now thrown 15 pitches, and pitch 15 is going to be a ground out short. And it could be a double play, actually. So that'll be a 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning. Nobody is stranded on base. And 2 runs on 1 hit on the home run earlier this inning.
For the Stars in the bottom of the fourth, 2 runs, 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on. After 4 complete, your new score, Stars 5 and Grand Forks 1.
Three Lions Pub is now back to full menus, open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they're kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo, proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, Parker Moynier, the top of the order, will lead things off here in the top of the fifth. A little chopper and a throw from third, not in time. He's on with an infield single.
Left fielder Jackson Hoganson.
Come on, Jax.
Jackson Hoganson is the batter now and has 2 balls and a strike. He's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts here in game number 2. Defensive changes here for the Stars that I wasn't able to get to at the start of the inning there. Colton Almy now pitching. Jackson Bellerud moving out to right field, and that brings Victor Sear into the game for the first time to play the position he's used to in center field. Once again, the batter is Jackson Hoganson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Muselar is on deck. and Joey Grubanski. Batters 2, 3, and 4, assuming that no double plays happen. That one will be a single out into right center. Rounding second is Monet, and he will put on the brakes at third. That puts runners on the corners for Hoganson's single out into right center. Ryan Muselar.
Shortstop, Ryan Muselar.
1 for 2, struck out swinging, and then he got a single out into shallow left center last time he was at the plate. That one's hit deep to left, and it is going to be foul. Stayed inside the park, just barely though. Oh and 1 now to Muselar with runners on the corners. Monet on third, Hoganson on first, and Almy on the mound delivering the 0-1. And that one came off the handle of the bat, fouled it away to the right side of the batter's box. 0-2 as a result. So we reached the 1 hour, 15-minute mark of the ball game now. 5 runs in 5 innings for the Stars, holding Grand Forks to just 1. All 5 runs off 3 different home runs, 2 in the bottom of the third and 1 in the bottom of the fourth. After the 2 fouled away pitches, it's now 3-2. Payoff pitch with runners on the corners. It's going to be popped up left center field. And the catch will be made by Victor Sear. That was a long jog. Monet will tag on third to make it 5-2 on the sac fly by Muselar to left center. But a nice job by Victor Sears. That was a long run from where he was originally
The first baseman, Joe
positioned
Grabansky.
in second field. Runner on first is Hoganson as the other run scores from third on the sac fly. And that brings up Joe Grabansky, 0 for 0. He's walked, and he's 3 pitches away from being walked for a third time. Fouled. It appeared that it was going to stay fair, but right as the camera flipped there, it took a crucial skip towards the Grand Forks dugout. Drifted foul. Two balls and a strike now to Grabowski, and that one's going to left field. That will drop and roll all the way to the fence, picked up by Victor Sear. Hoganson comes into third, and it's a double for Grabowski.
Third baseman, Brody Sorensen.
So, with runners on second and third, Brody Sorensen will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, struck out, and he was walked in that order on his 2 plate appearances so far. And Sorensen represents the tying run, and they're going to intentionally walk him, and that will load the bases for Dylan Kuntz.
Sorensen hits first in the intentional walk. That brings up the pitcher, Jet Weiss.
And Jet Weiss will be the batter instead of Kuntz. I forgot about that switch as Weiss steps into the number 6 spot in the batter's lineup. And the pitch will come in low for a ball. So once again, the bases are loaded, and it is 1-0 now to Jet Weiss. Zach Carolyn is a scheduled batter in the number 7 spot, who possibly is on deck. Can't see the jersey number at the moment. That pitch misses for ball 2. So Almey's not careful here. He's driving a run on a walk as he falls behind on the count 2-0. I have him down for 18 pitches, 9 balls and 9 strikes. And that one will be grounded. Nice grab there by Andy Mock at first, and it's going to be close. Did they get there in time? They did, and 1 run will score to make it 5-3. So Hoganson will score from third, Grubanski up to third, Sorensen up to second, and Weiss is out on a ground out
Shortstop, Zach
to first.
Carolyn.
Goes into the books, I believe, as a 3-1. I think it was the pitcher, Almey, who got there to get the ball, to get the official ground out. Runners advance 90 feet, leaves first base open, and Zach Carolyn hit by a pitch and a single to left. In that order on 2 pitches so far here in 2 at-bats, I should say. And that one's fouled away to the right side of the broadcast station here. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Some point over the weekend here. I believe it might have been on Sunday. More on that story in a little bit. That one's going to go to right field, and it'll be caught by Bellerud. So they'll strand 2 on base as we go to the middle of 5, and it's 5-3 in favor of Post 400.
For Grand Forks in the top of the 5th inning, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. After 4.5, Stars 5, and the Blue Devils 3.
Three Lions Pub is now back to full menus, open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo, proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, we're halfway through 5, heading to the bottom of the 5th. And Ben Osley will lead things off. Last time he was at the plate, he smacked one over the left field fence.
For the Stars, left fielder Ben Osley.
One for 2, a ground out, right back to the pitcher on his first at bat, and then the home run to left field on his most recent trip to the plate. It was a 2-run homer, and then Kobe Sen would come up to bat and knock in a solo shot at just a little bit to the left of where Osley put his 2-run homer. And then we saw Cooper Mattern in the bottom of the 4th hit a 2-run home run. And that's been all the scoring so far for Fargo Post 400. Grand Forks has had to get their 3 runs the hard way, while Fargo Post 400 got their 5 runs on 3 swings of the bat. 3 balls, no strikes to Osley, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and that brings up Kobe Sen.
Third baseman, Kobe Sen.
Swing and a miss as Sen takes a hard swing. Kobe Sen, I think I can't remember who I was talking about on just a moment ago, even though I should remember that. But Kobe Sen's home run was actually right down the third base line. And he's had a few go down the third base line like that drifted foul, and he finally had one that stayed fair. That one will be a nice, I think that should drop for a hit. And it will. Sends on with a double that brings Osley to third, and that brings up Andy Mock. Andy Mock is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out.
First baseman, Andy Mock.
The ground out was to the shortstop. The fly out was into foul territory. I believe it was the pitcher who made the catch in foul territory, if memory serves me correctly. High and inside for ball 1 to Andy Mock. On deck is Truman Wurmeyer. As the lights come on here at Starion Bank Field in Southwest Fargo. First game of this doubleheader went 6-5 to the Stars. And right now they lead 5-3 and threatening a sweep here. With 2 runners in scoring position, they could do a little bit more damage with nobody out. Truman Wurmeyer is on deck. Fouled away and evens up the count at a ball and a strike. And here's the 1-1 delivery, and that one's fouled away. And now Andy Mock finds himself in a little bit of trouble, facing a 1-2 count. According to my numbers, this upcoming pitch here will be pitch 25 for Jet Weiss. And he will be hit by that pitch. And now load the bases for Truman Wurmeyer. 0 for 2, struck out and a fly out into shallow left.
The catcher, Truman Wurmeyer.
So nobody out, bases loaded. Ben Calise, Cooper Mattern, the next 2 batters in the lineup. I'd have to look at the spray chart, but I think Calise has had a home run this year. Yes, he did. It was a couple weeks ago here at Starion Field. He hit his only home run of his career, and it was a grand slam over the left field fence. And well, he's on deck right now, so depending on what happens here with Wurmeyer, he might have another opportunity to duplicate that performance. 2 balls and no strikes to the 0-2 strikeout flyout Truman Wurmeyer. Make that 3 balls, no strikes. And that one will come in for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now. 30 pitches for Weiss. 18 balls and 12 strikes. 1 hour, 28 minutes into the ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning as we approach 9:30 in the evening here in Southwest Fargo. That'll be fouled away off the lower barrel of the bat into the backstop. And it's a full count, 3-2. Bases loaded, nobody out, and a 3-2 count here to Wurmeyer with Ben Calise on deck. And the payoff pitch, and that one will be into right field. And they'll score 1 run for sure. Here comes the throw, and he's safe. And Andy Mock's in at third, so it's a 2-run RBI single, pushing out Andy Mock to third, and that brings up Ben Calise.
2-run single for Wiermeyer, and that brings up the second baseman, Ben Calise.
So runners on the corners now, and a visit to the mound here for Grand Forks as they find themselves down 4-7-3 with nobody out and 2 runners on. One of those 2 in scoring position being Andy Mock on third, and I think out of the corner of my eye we have a pitching change. And we do. That'll end it for Weiss. 32 pitches, 18 balls, 14 strikes. I believe my eye saw Nick Holter come onto the mound, wearing number 2, if I'm not mistaken. We'll put him in for now, change him out if we have to. But I believe it's Nick Holter on the mound for Grand Forks. Yep, just got confirmation on that. So it is indeed Nick Holter. So he'll get some warm-up pitches as we hit the 1 hour, 30-minute mark of the ball game. It's 7-3, post 400 leads. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Ben Calise to bat when we come back here after this short timeout. Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Fargo Vets and the Post 400 Astros are tied at 1.
As we come back from the break, you may have heard the tail end of that announcement there. West Fargo and the Fargo Post 400 Astros. The Vets and Astros tied at 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Or top of the 6th, excuse me. Bottom of the 7th now, according to my my latest update. Nobody out, Ben Calise, runners on the corners. Wiermeyer on first, Andy Mock on second. Wiermeyer got on base on a 2-run RBI single with the bases loaded to right field to put us into our current situation here. And the pitch will come inside to Calise for ball 1. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single to left on his 2 at-bats so far here for Ben Calise. Cooper Mattern, who hit the second to most recent home run in this game, is on deck. That one will hit the corner for a strike. It's 1-1. I'm going to try pickoff throw at third, and that one got by. Goes all the way to the left field fence, and Wiermeyer's going to come into third, and now he's going to be caught in a rundown here. And he will be tagged out. But the run will score. So that makes it 8-3 as Andy Mont comes in on the wild throw to third on the pickoff attempt. And Wiermeyer will get tagged out between second and third as he didn't quite make it to third. Hesitated a little bit. Had he not hesitated, he may have been in safely at third. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, I believe, to Ben Calise. So 1 out, base is empty, and 1 ball, 2 strikes. Make it 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ben Calise. And it's 8-3 as a result. That's the only run to score that was not the result of a home run in this game for Post 400. Wind up in the 2-2 delivery is inside, and it's a full count at 3-2. Cooper Mattern on deck. Colton Almy right behind him with 1 away. If we can get that far into the lineup with no double plays happening. And that one's going to be popped up, and It will not get to it in time. It was a nice effort there by Nick Holter, but needed a little bit more speed under his legs to get there in time, and will result in a second payoff pitch here to Ben Calise. And that one's fouled down the third base line. Ethan Claus is on the mound for the Astros. They're tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th. West Fargo has 2 runners on, first and second, with 2 out. That one's going to be foul territory and out of play, I believe, anyway. It was on the, nope, they caught it. It was on the back side of the dugout. Couldn't see it on camera, but the ball was caught, and that's out number 2.
Center fielder, number 27, Victor Sear.
And the game in West Fargo just went final. West Fargo will win 2-1 on a bases loaded error. And West Fargo takes care of the Astros. They sweep them in both games. So that one is now final, and that brings up Cooper Mattern. And that will end it. The fly out to right field will end the inning. And we go now to the 6th. They strand nobody on base here in the bottom half of the 5th.
For the Stars in the bottom of the 5th, 3 runs. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, nobody left on. We score after 5 innings of play in Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Stars 8, Grand Forks 3.
Pending changes, Lewandowski, Meyer, and Monet. Batters 8, 9, and 1 for Grand Forks. We're going to return after this. Three Lions Pub is now back to a full menu. It's open 7 days a week once again. Plus, they are kid-friendly until 9 p.m. every night with a brand new kids menu. Stop in and ask one of the friendly servers about the daily drink and food specials. Three Lions Pub is now open Sundays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Thursdays 11 a.m. to midnight, and Friday and Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Three Lions Pub in West Fargo. Proudly cheering on all Fargo, West Fargo, and other area teams playing this summer on Magnitude Sports. All right, top of the 6th here. Correction earlier, they made an error on the update. So that game in West Fargo did not go 2-1 in favor of West Fargo. It's tied at 1-1 in the top of the 8th right now. So they made a correction on their stat sheet. That one be grounded. Nice 2-hopper there picked up by Jake Bryant. Thrown over to Andy Mock for the 6-3 ground out to short. 1 up, 1 down. Ross Meyer, the batter now.
The right fielder, Ross Meyer.
So the Astros, Hayden Crescent is batting. They have a runner on first, and it's tied 1-1 with nobody out in the top of the 8th. We'll keep you updated on that one as it continues to progress in a extra innings bonus baseball game at Young Field in West Fargo. 1 away here, and the batter, once again, Ross Meyer, fouled away for a strike, 0-1. He's 1 for 2. A single into shallow left center, and then he struck out on his most recent trip to the plate. Now he's down on the count 0-1. And that was, took a weird hop off the bat into the turf and then off to the right side. If that was normal, it would have went towards third base, but it's kind of a unique situation there. Goes on the books as a fouled away pitch for strike number 2, and the 1-2 delivery is into the dirt and pops up into the netting, and it's 2-2. Fouled away pitch, a ball, fouled away pitch, and a ball in that order on 4 pitches so far here from Colton Almy to Ross Meyer. Almy will get the signals, set up, wind up, and deliver the 2-2. In for ball 3, low. Down the middle, but also way too low, just above the shoelaces for ball 3. And that'll be a walk for Meyer as he'll reach first. Brings up Parker Monet, top of the order.
Center fielder, Parker Monet.
He's 1 for 3 with a ground out, a strikeout, and an infield single. Pickoff attempt on Meyer at first is not in time. And that comes inside for a ball, and it's 3 balls. Check that. It is 1 ball, no strike. And 2 balls, no strikes. Good pitch that missed just a little bit low. Jackson Hoganson is on deck for Grand Forks. As Almy looks at Meyer on first and delivers the 2-0 down the middle for a strike. 2-1. 8-3, 7 of the 8 runs scored on home runs by the Post 400 Stars. The 8th run scored on a wild throw on an error by the pitcher that scored, I believe it was Andy Mock who was on third base for that 8th run. And then Truman Wermeyer got tagged out between second and third on a rundown on that same play. 3-1 pitch is in for ball 4. Hoganson 1 for 3, ground out, and a single. And now we'll have a visit to the mound here. That might do it for Colton Almy.
The left fielder, Jackson Hoganson.
Or maybe it won't. Looks like it'll just be a talk for now. So they'll keep Almy on the mound with 2 runners on. Hoganson, only 1 out. Broadcast coverage brought to you by 3 Lines Pub, as well as Sean Carlson, Town and Country Credit Union. Banner Buzz, Game Time, Farmers Union Insurance, Giant Seeds. Certainly appreciate all their support all summer long, and a few of those for much longer than just this summer. Once again, the batter is Hoganson, Jackson Hoganson. And in for strike 1 to Hoganson. Nice pitch there by Almy. Once again, the runner's on for Grand Forks. On second base is Ross Meyer. At first is Parker Monet. The windup in the delivery hits the corner, strike 2. Nicely done there by Colton Almy. Sends one down the middle, sends one to the outside that caught the edge, and Hoganson did not commit to either of those pitches on a swing, and we'll see what he does here on an 0-2. Guess he might throw it to the outside, try to get him to chase. That's exactly what he did, and as a result, it's fouled away, and it'll remain 0-2. See if he goes to the outside again, or maybe if he tries to go to the inside. Got a couple pitches to give here if that's what he wants to try and do. I suspect a pitch on the inside edge of the plate. We'll see if my suspicions are correct or not. No, he's going to go to the outside. Tried to catch that outside corner. and miss. So maybe this time he'll go to the inside. And that will be grounded right to the first baseman. Flips it to Colton Almy, and the pitcher will get the out at first. Goes into the books as a 3-1 throw out at first on the ground out.
Shortstop, Ryan Musalar.
Runners advance to second and third as Meyer advances to third, and Monet up to second. Brings up Ryan Musalar, who's 1 for 2. Struck out swinging, then he singled to left, shallow left center field, and then a sac fly to score a run to deep left on his most recent at bat. This pitch will drop in for a ball, 1-0. 1 hour, 45 minutes, time of the game. Game 1 of the doubleheader went 1 hour and 58 minutes. Right now, 2 away in the top of the 6th. This one might have a chance to end sooner than the first one did. And that'll be grounded towards third, and they're going to say that was foul. Kobe Sen may have thrown him out anyway had it stayed fair, but the official will give the benefit of the doubt of a second chance to Musalar instead. 1-1 as a result. And that one's going to be popped up. That one is going to center field, or Victor Sear will make the grab. And that will strand 2 on base, as that will end the top half of the 6. So they leave 2 more. That's a total of 9 in the game. And we go now to the bottom of the 6.
For Grand Forks in the top of the 6, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, Stars 8, Grand Forks 3.
Pending changes, batters 8, 9, and 1 for the post 400 Stars. Colton Almy, Jackson Bellerud, and Jake Bryant. When we return after this, here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen this summer by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 6th now with Colton Almy leading things off here. At least I believe it. Yep, it is him. Yeah.
For the Stars, left fielder Colton Almy.
All right, 8-3 here with Colton Almy, and that first pitch will float high and kind of curve to the outside there for ball 1. Once again, Nick Holter, the pitcher on the mound for Grand Forks, took over about an inning ago. And that pitch will be called a strike, I guess. Looked a little outside and high to me for a strike, but we'll go with the strike. 1-1 as a result. Swing and miss there, no question about that one. Strike 2. Time of the game now, 1 hour, 48 minutes here in the bottom of the 6th. 10 minutes shy of the length of game number 1. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Update from West Fargo. Still in the top of the 8th, and the Astros now lead 4-1 with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Caden Graff was just hit by a pitch, so that makes it 5-1 in favor of the Astros.
Right fielder Jackson Bellerud.
Jackson Bellerud, the batter now, fouls that one away for an 0-2 count. Okay, correction, 4-1, not 5-1 in the top of the 8th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Landon Donner is at bat. Caden Graff is on first. Eli Mock is on second. Easton Rarick's the runner on third. That's the game in West Fargo. And that will be a strikeout for Bellerud here in Southwest Fargo. And that brings up Jake Bryant. He's 1 for 3, a single, a fly out, and a ground out in that order, all to left field or shortstop.
Jake Bryant.
Nick Holter will toss pitch number 20 here to Jake Bryant, and that will miss outside for ball 1. Runner on first is Colton Almy. That one comes in for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike now. Now he fouled away out of play for strike 2, and it's a 2-2 count now. As we keep our eyes on Young Field and the Astros. Right now they're up 4-1. They have the bases loaded, and it's 2 balls, no strike count to Landon Donner, who's at bat for the Astros with 2 away. We'll see if they can push another run or 2 across the plate there before that inning comes to an end. Here, the 2-2 pitch misses for ball 3 and a full count. And a swing and a miss there for the strikeout, and then the steal at second for Colton Almy. That brings up Ben Osley.
Left fielder Ben Osley.
Ground out, and then a 2-run homer to left, and then he was walked in that order on his 3 plate appearances so far tonight. Runner on second's Colton Almy, and 2 away, and Osley up to bat. Pitch comes high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Kind of a quiet night here at Starion Field. I can hear in my headphones crickets chirping. Not sure where they're at, but they're somewhere out there. And that one will escape. That will allow Almy to get the third. Two balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch will find its way outside for ball 3 to Ben Osley. On deck is Kobe Sen. If Osley can get on base here with a 3-0 count, I would imagine he'll take this pitch for a strike if it comes that way, and that's indeed the case. 3-1. Next pitch for Holter, according to my numbers, is pitch number 30. Now be grounded right towards Dylan Kuntz. Kuntz will pick it up, fire it over to first, and that will leave the runner stranded on third. And that will end the 6th inning of play.
Bottom of the 6th.
8-3 in favor of Post 400.
Bottom of the 6th for the Stars. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We go to the 7th. Stars lead 8-3.
Batters 4, 5, and 6 are your last chances for Grand Forks. They need 5 runs here in the top half of the 7th when we come back. Quick peek over at West Fargo when we come back as well here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Download Game Time today.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack in the Midwest. We thank you for your continued trust in Giants to provide you the best quality sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, and our delicious cashews.
All right, welcome back. 6 complete. First pitch of the 7th inning is fouled away for a strike. The batter once again is Joe Grabowski. He's 1 for 1. Walk, and a double to deep left. That pitch comes in for a ball, or was it a strike? It was a ball, 1-1. Fouled away pitch and then the ball. 1 hour, 56 minutes. And that one is fair down the third base line. Just barely, but he snuck it in. It's good for a single. And that brings up Brody Sorensen.
The third baseman, Brody Sorensen.
0 for 1, struck out, then he walked, and then last time he stepped up to the plate, he was intentionally walked to first, which, if I remember correctly, loaded the bases for Grand Forks at that point in the game. That should put Jet Weiss on deck, pending changes here for Grand Forks. They need 5 runs here. Otherwise, this is going to go into the books as a sweep for the Post 400 Stars. You got a runner on first with nobody out. 1 hour, 57 minutes, time of the ball game so far, so doesn't look like this one will end sooner than game 1 did. That was 1 hour, 58 minutes. Still got a few outs to go here. And if they keep throwing balls, definitely not going to get done in time. 3-0 now to Sorensen and a pitch away from putting 2 runners on for Jet Weiss. And that'll be ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. And that's 50 pitches for Almy. 25 balls, 25 strikes, according to my numbers.
The pitcher, number 2, Nick Holter.
Nick Holter, excuse me. Forgot that he took over from Jet Weiss in that last inning. That one comes in as a strike. Same pitch that was called a ball on Sorensen when he was at bat. 0-1. And the 0-1 is down low for a ball to even things up at 1-1. So runners on first and second once again. Grabansky on second, Sorensen on first. You got nobody out, 2 runners on. Nick Holter, the pitcher, is the batter. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here, and that one is going to be popped up, going towards center field, and he made the grab. Victor Sear doing a fantastic job out in center field, as he always does. Runners will hold at first and second. That brings up Zach Carolyn.
The shortstop, Zach Carolyn.
So that puts 1 away here for Grand Forks in the top half of the second. Runners stay on their original bases. Grabowski on second, Sorensen on first. Zach Carolyn 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, a single to left, and a fly out to right on his 3 at-bats so far, or 3 plate appearances, I should say. First pitch was at 7:53 this evening. It's now 9:53. You've hit the 2-hour mark of the ball game. And that one will be a hopper towards third. Stepped on the bag at third for the force out, and then got the throw over to first for the ground out. So there's a double play to end the inning, and they'll leave one stranded on base. That'll be Sorensen, who'll be officially stranded on second. That puts him at 10 left on base in the game, and that is your final score.
For Grand Forks in the top of the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. The Post 400 Stars with the sweep tonight as they win Game 2 by a score of 8-3. Final totals 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the victorious Stars, for Grand Forks, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Stars will be back home Friday. They will host Jamestown, 1 game, a 9-inning game, 5:30 here at Starion Bank Field.
Time of the game, 2 hours on the dot. And your final score, once again, 8-3. Grand Forks leaving 10 runners on base. Fargo, Post 400 Stars, only left 3 runners on base here in this contest. That'll take us to our abbreviated post-game show. Once again, you can find us online, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You can email us, our website. It's all right there. We'll absolutely love it. You can find these games on demand under the broadcast button on our website at msportsnet.com. Click on demand, and you can see right there. You click on the word watch, and you can watch any of our previous broadcasts again on demand at your convenience. And this one here will be available within about 15 to 20 minutes after we conclude our post-game show. Coming up next here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, we're back here tomorrow for a doubleheader at 5:30. Fargo Post 400 Comets will take on Post 20 Wahpeton, and that should be a good matchup. And then we'll take Thursday off, come back for a single 9-inning game between the Stars and Jamestown Post 14. And then we'll take the weekend off, come back Tuesday. Fargo Stars have West Fargo here at home, and then the Stars will host Bismarck on the 30th, and then that wraps up the regular season with regional and state tournaments on the horizon after that. And then, well, we'll see what happens with fall sports. That was sneaking up on us here, a little over a month away. Well, more like about a month and a half away from the start of that, if they start on time. I can tell you for sure that if they start, we'll have Breckenridge football for you and Kindred football for you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, and possibly some Breckenridge volleyball and maybe a handful of a few other sports too, between myself and the rest of the crew here at Magnitude Sports. And once again, your final score in this one, 8-3 in favor of Post 400. That's going to wrap it up. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Comets and Wahpeton here at 5:30 on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Until then, have a great evening.